You're a sister. Always provide. He's a provider, yeah. Always provide. In all the morning. Always provide. Always provide. A little girl born in St. Andrew, Jamaican land. She come from.
Oh, I'm frozen. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the book launch and official release of From Pain to Gain, The Life of a Little Jamaican Girl from St. Andrew by none other than Miss Avis Willis. How are you guys doing out there this evening? Listen, we are so excited to have you. We have some amazing things that's going to be happening tonight. You definitely don't want to miss them, okay? Make sure that you are liking and loving this stream. And most importantly, make sure you join the conversation in the comments, okay? We'll definitely be reading them, and we want to make sure that Avis absolutely feels the love tonight, you guys, okay? So, without further ado, because y'all know me, I could talk, baby, but it ain't about me tonight. It's all about Avis. I'm going to go on and bring her up. Please help me welcome Miss Avis Willis. Hi, Avis.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Listen, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I'm about to tell you now, you're gonna have to check your nerves at the door. This is not the night for you to be nervous because, baby, this is all about you. And as you can see, you're already getting mad love in the comments. How does it feel? Like, I know we've been working on this for what, a year now, and it's finally here. How are you feeling tonight?
Well, honestly, I am excited. I am
Yes.
elated, and I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. To God be all the glory. It's an exciting moment, and I'm just grateful.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for those that don't know you, because I know there's a lot of family and friends that are tuned in and watching, they know you, right? But for those that are tuning in and are just being introduced to you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Avis Willis?
Well, Avis Willis is this little Jamaican girl who is now a grown woman who has experienced a lot in life, and Avis has become her authentic self after a long process.
Yes.
Yes, that's me. So when you read that book, you will get to know more about me. But you're looking at the authentic Avis that's been through a process, and this is the me now.
Absolutely. So what was it like with all that you've been through, and as I say all the time on my show, we talk about the journey to writing. So what was that like for you? It's your first book and you decided to do, basically a biography and tell your life story. What was that like for you to sit down and write the book?
Well, it was quite a tedious experience. It's equivalent to having given birth to a baby. And when you conceive a child, you have different symptoms. So
Mm-hmm.
as I wrote this book, I was experiencing the symptoms of carrying a baby for 9 months. I was having back pain. I was at my calf. I was having a Charlie horse. You know what I'm saying? I was sleepy. I was drowsy. But in the midst of it all, because it was given to me by the inspiration of God, I persevered through it, and here I am today.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember you saying, I don't know. I feel like I have this in me, but I don't think I'm a writer. This is what she told me. And I laugh whenever someone comes and tells me this. I'm not a writer. I said, okay. But then she came back and she said, I sat down. Look at that. Phones ringing. Look, you popular. Got phones ringing all over the place. But anyway, so she was like, but now I have it. She was like, it hit me and I done took off. I'm gonna have it finished for you in this many days. And y'all, she did that. She sat down, she started writing, and she kept at it. And I would say, what was it, like a month's time you got it to me? Maybe a
Yes,
month, month and a half, you were
about
able
a
to get
month
it
and a
to
half.
me?
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
amazing.
to God be the glory. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the part that what did you enjoy most about your experience with writing the book?
The most part I enjoy was just regressing back and reminiscing to my growing up in Jamaica. I had a lot of flashback moments. It was like wow. I remember my mother who was this great cook. My father who was a great farmer. They both were farmers, but just the flashback of the things I went through as a child. That as I began to write, they all came back to my memory. Things that I've forgotten I came back to the surface.
Yeah, yeah. And I can't tell no lies, y'all. When I was reading the book, I first thing I called and told her was like, listen, you have made me hungry. I feel like I am back in your mama's kitchen. And then I would call her and say, can you make me this? And can you make me that? But I really felt like that's one thing I really love. Yes, I got a chance to read the book, y'all. But that's one thing I really loved about the book is just reminiscing, like the way you wrote it, it made me feel as if I was right there on that mountain in St. Andrew. It was really amazing. Like I almost feel like I lived in the house with you. It was amazing how you wrote that, and it's going to be such a treat for your readers. Hint, hint, if you haven't already gotten your book, make sure you do so tonight, okay? Because it is on special. Yes, I'm plugging it now. It's on special right now. It's not at full price. If you go get your book and you want a signed copy, you can go over to aviswillis.com and grab your copy there. Or you can go over to Kita Life, that's QUI, the number 2 life.com to grab your reserved signed copy of the book. And then the amazing thing is if you're like, I don't want to wait for a signed copy, I want it right now, guess what you can do? Go on over to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Apple iBooks, and you can grab a copy of the ebook there. Okay. So there's I gave you 3 different ways, 4 different ways, 5 different ways you can get the book, your hands on the book tonight. You can either get the ebook through Amazon, again, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and or Apple iBooks, or you can go over to aviswillis.com and grab you a copy of From Pain to Gain. All right. So listen, we have so much time on our hands, and there's some housekeeping rules that I got to tell you. First of all, make sure you guys are joining the conversation in the comments, okay? We will be reading, we will be shouting you out. Not to mention, there are going to be a few giveaways tonight, and the only way you're going to get these giveaways is if you participate in the comments. Pay attention to the details we give y'all because later on you're going to be quizzed for the opportunity to win a gift. All right. So pay attention and stick in there. And no, if you ain't on here and you like, I knew that answer, too bad you missed it. You got to be the first to give the answer. That's the rules. Okay. All right. So, Miss Avis, back to you, my dear. So you loved being able to reminisce, and I could tell that your heart was really in that, and you really adored your life on in St. Andrew. But without giving away the details of the book, because we want them to go read the book, tell us about some of your fondest memories in growing up in Jamaica.
Well, one of my fondest memories is just watching my mom cooking. For some reason, I was always in the kitchen, and when she was cooking, I remember myself. I started singing a song. I would start beating on the bench as a drum. My mom was turning around like, "Be quiet," because it was a distraction because she
Right.
was so focused on cooking. But for me, it was an exciting moment because I was interested in cooking. And
Yeah.
just tell a little bit about myself to the audience. As a result of my mother cooking, I ended up doing it. I'm a busy girl when I'm
Absolutely.
doing cooking. So it
Absolutely.
started at a young age. My passion for cooking started at a young age. Man.
Amen. Listen, and she could throw down, y'all. I'm listen. She can throw down. I told y'all after I was reading the book, I went to her and I had her cook me some of these dishes she had in the book. And I participated in the menu because she has a set menu. And I think it's fair game to talk about the fact that you do own Avis's Goodness. So if you in the DMV area and you want to grab you something to eat, Avis's Goodness, she is always cooking and her food is fantastic. Listen, my son, for some reason, think we're supposed to eat Avis's salmon every week. Every week, y'all. He think we're supposed to eat Avis salmon. That's just how good it is. Okay. So good. But in addition to you being a cook and taking that away from your mom, what were some other things that were, fond for you? Because I know Jamaica is such a beautiful, beautiful place. And one of the things that I love is how you talk about not just your mom, but your dad as well. He was like very pivotal in your childhood.
Absolutely. Well, my father, Pa Jakes, was a very highly respected man. When he was a man of few words, but when he spoke, his word had value. It meant something. He didn't say much, but when he says something, it makes you think. And I remember growing up as a child, when my other siblings were rude and get whipped, I was the youngest. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure I behave myself. So I never received a whipping from my father. But I received a whipping from my mom. But I say this, my dad was he was a lion. He was one of a kind and was highly respected in the whole community. So I salute them today. The spirit is still alive, and I salute them for the legacy that they left behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, guys, we're going to have time to talk to Avis all night long. Listen, wait a minute. I got to grab this one from the comments, guys. We're talking about Avis's food, and here we come. Someone comments about the ginger drink. I told you, everybody on here knows about Avis's Goodness. You all definitely need to check her out. But we're going to take a very quick break. And when we come back, we have some special guests joining us to still talk about this wonderful, marvelous Avis and to celebrate her. All right. This is the book launch, the official book launch for From Pain to Gain, the life of a little Jamaican girl from St. Andrew. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Listen, one of the things I forgot to tell you guys, did you enjoy the soundtrack that was playing in the background for that music video just now?
No, we didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Oh, everyone else said they heard. I see the other people in the background. But the music you just heard playing in the background of that book commercial, did you know that Miss Avis also has a single out? Yes, that was Miss Avis singing Jah Always Provides. Listen, she is a whole bag of goodness all by herself, y'all. You see that? She's an author, she's a singer, and that's another thing we want to promote tonight. If you did not know, you can go check out her single. It's available now on Pandora. Where else can they get their hands on a copy of your single, Jah Always Provides, Avis?
They go to YouTube. They go to all the mainstreams.
All the main.
Apple, yes.
Okay, so it's in Apple iTunes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, and it's such a catchy song. I woke up this morning hearing that song playing anyway in my head. Jah always provides. I'm like, yes, he does. So listen, you again go over to aviswillis.com. Make sure you grab a copy of her book. There you can reserve your copy, your signed copy of the book. You can go to ebooks and check out a copy of the electronic copy of her book on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Barnes and Noble. And then make sure you go to Pandora and play the mess out of Jah Always Provides. And the great thing about it is, once you listen to one commercial, the secret is you could listen to it all night long if you want to. It'll play over and over again, uninterrupted. I'm giving you a hint. There you go. All right. So we want to go ahead and bring on two of our special guests tonight that want to pay tribute to their baby sister. I want you to help me welcome Verona and Pauletta. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Listen, isn't this an exciting time, guys?
Should I get my tissue?
Yes.
It's such an exciting time. I'm so excited for Stacey. So excited for her.
Yes. So tell me, what are some of your fondest memories of Miss Avis?
Who should go first? Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first. Let's give the whole
Okay,
away.
well, oh wow. Stacey, as we affectionately call her, she's the youngest one, and she's always been that baby of the family. Growing up in Jamaica, she was the sister who was always so clingy to everybody. She was like a little mus, as we say in Jamaica. Meaning she was always so like close to everybody, you know?
Oh, we can't see you, Paulette. We can't see you, Paulette.
Can't see me?
You know, we can't. Oh, now we can see you.
Okay,
Your finger
I'm
was
sorry.
covering the camera. That's okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so she was always that sister who was so close to everybody because she was the youngest one. She's the youngest one. And so she always had that kind of kind spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember her
And
being
she's
very
still
kind.
good.
Spirited, yes.
And she's still that way. She's still that way.
Right.
What about you, Verona? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Were you finished, Paulette? I'm sorry.
And I was going to say that she always have a driven spirit, a spirit to succeed with whatever she does.
Yeah.
She'll always have that driven spirit to succeed. Yes.
Yeah. All things that I can honestly attest to that she's still that way today. Still that way today. Yes. What about you, Verona?
Oh, I could tell you a lot of things. I could tell you so much because you know what happened? First of all, I am going to tell you how was the baby before she got here. So I'm going to start with that. I had the baby spot. And then all
she stole it away.
All of a sudden she showed up. I don't know how. I don't know why. But she showed up and she knocked me out of my space. Knocked me out of my space. But I tell you what, it was all about love. It wasn't love at first, but now it's all about love. Because you see, nobody want to lose their spot.
Yeah.
I don't want to
not
lose
with
my
you, the
baby
baby.
spot.
Not
But
with
I
you.
tell you that much, that I became the sister for her.
Yeah.
I became the sister. And I'm going to tell you one thing about her that maybe she don't remember, or maybe she remember, or maybe Paulette don't remember. But that little Stacy up there, because we call her Stacy, let me tell you what she used to do. I knew somewhere along the line she was going to be maybe a pastor or something spiritual, because she used to run after me with a worm or something tickling, because she knew I was a scary cat. I was scared of every single thing. And she was, oh, there's a worm on you. There's a worm on you. Ah! Even when there's not a worm. I don't know what was her intent, but I tell you what, I'm not afraid anymore.
You got a kick out of that.
We got to kick out of it because I think she was developing that spiritual warfare zone.
Yeah. She was like, I'm going to deliver you of this fear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help
So
you get over this fear. Yeah.
You will get over this. I'm telling you. So she would have leave a little piece of thread. Ding. There's something on you. And then I'm going to tell you one more thing. We used to sit down, and I guess she mentioned this in her book because it's a life story. We come from the country, what we call the country. You would call the suburbs here. It's country. It's mountaintop. We came from the mountaintop, literal mountain. And we would sit and we would daydream daily. Daydream. We would look up to the sky and we would see the plane would pass over and we would daydream that one day we are going to get in the sky. One day. We didn't know how, we didn't know when, because we came from a family that it wasn't labeled for us to get out of that country. We were like the poorest family in that community. But we had a dream. We had a dream. So that Stacy right there, this is one of her dream, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I add something also?
Yes, absolutely.
I can recall when Stacy migrated and she went to high school. She was so driven to finish high school and go on to college, which she did in a very timely manner. And when she went to college for her undergrad, she was determined to go to grad school to get her master's degree, and she did that in a very timely manner as well. So I use the word driven a lot because she was always have that spirit of, she was always had that driven spirit to succeed, and she was determined to succeed. So she went to her grad school and she got her master's degree in social work, and she did that in a very timely manner as well. And so writing the book right now does not surprise me, because I know she had that in her. I know she had that driven spirit to accomplish and do whatever she sets her mind to. So right now I'm sitting here, I'm so proud. I have a big grin across my face because I'm so proud of her. And like in Jamaica, we say, big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. Because I'm so, the family who's watching YouTube land right now, I know we all are proud of you, Stacy. And I know the hall can talk right now, but I'm talking on behalf of everybody. We are a proud family, and we are proud of you and your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I love you all.
Love you.
I guess we can continue on the same trend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Because, you know what? Like I said, I don't know if I'm supposed to be crying or I'm supposed to just like, yes, girl.
It's whatever.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, because just the fact, let me go back. I think my sister just mentioned in high school. I'm going to go back to her. I don't know if she mentioned it in her book, but I guess when I get my book, I'll see if she mentioned it. In high school, I remember one incident where it was some form of sport. And it was, she had to race. I don't know why she thought she could run. See, I have a brother that's a runner, so I don't know why she thought she could run. But she was on that race. She was on that race, and she was running that track. And she was running that track. And she was almost at the finish point. And I was standing there waiting for her. But I tell you what, she had that face where she's like, I can't do this no more. And I grabbed her and said, you are going to finish. And I think I pulled her. I don't know why they didn't disqualify her, but anyway. I don't know why they didn't disqualify. I literally pulled her across the finish line.
I remember that.
You remember? I literally dragged her across the finishing line. Like, you're going to finish this. You are right here. So this is a moment where all the things that she'd been through, she made it to this far. She made it to this far. I'm proud to say, I'm that sister. I'm that sister to let you know, when you see that finishing line, know that somebody's always there to drag you over. When you think that you by yourself and that breath holding you, know that you're not by yourself. Because just the fact that I'm thinking about that moment where you almost gave up. You almost gave up. Even if you were saying you were tired. And I know there are moments where you were tired in this life. You were tired. But you didn't give up. I wasn't there with all your moments to say, let me drag you to the finishing line. But right here, I'm with you. Sis, I'm with you. Just look at it as if I am still on that track around DeWitt Clinton High School. That was the day. I'm that sister.
Listen, you done put everybody in tears, Verona. I'm over here. I'm like, I need a break just so I can go dry my eyes. Listen.
I came prepared because I got my tissue right here. Because I wasn't getting up. I got my tissue right here. Like, listen, I need a towel. Because I might run out of tissue. I'm just proud. I'm just really, really proud. And I speak on the behalf of my parents. They're smiling. They're smiling. I speak on behalf of them.
For this moment.
They're smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I speak on behalf of them.
Absolutely.
I believe if my dad was sitting right here, or if my mom was sitting here, she wouldn't be crying. Her smile would have taken this whole social media up. I don't think they're not criers. I'm the crying one. They're not criers, but they're proud parents. They're humble and proud parents of their children. And they went home being proud of their children. So I stand in their place to say, I speak on behalf of their spirit. They're shining on you.
Yes. Oh, listen, I know all of you guys that are out there watching, all of the family and friends that are there. You may not be on screen with us right now, but please feel free in the comments, give her your shout outs and your tribute to her. She will definitely see them because we want to keep the love coming. We want to keep the love coming. Ladies, you guys did a phenomenal job. Talk about a tribute. Y'all, listen, these ladies done shut it down in here. Do you hear me?
That's what we do. It's a Willis clan.
The Willis clan. Yes.
We are happy for Stacey. We're really happy for her.
Awesome. So
we admire her strength. We admire her strength.
Oh, and she has tons of that.
Mm-hmm.
She's been through a lot. She's been through a lot, and she's still standing. Just like Verona said, it's that the book alone, guys. I'm telling you, it may not tell every nook and cranny, but I promise you that it tells enough of what she has gone through, and for her to be sitting here today, releasing her book. And we're going to get into more of this, later on, because like I said, we still have a little bit of time here. But she has been through so many things, and yet she is still standing. And it's amazing because even when Verona wasn't there to pull her across the line, I promise you, God had somebody there, even if it was him himself whispering in her ear, I got you, let's go, to pull her across the line. And even in this past year, it has been phenomenal what she has accomplished in spite of things that were going on, in spite of loss, in spite of a pandemic. She has managed to do some phenomenal things. And, I just want to say, I love you so much, Avis. I love the things that you have taught me just in us working together. Just like your sister said, you're such a kind spirit. And you're so loving and you're so concerned, regardless of what's going on with you, you're always looking out for other people. And so it is just my pleasure and my honor to be able to be here and host this magnificent moment for you. So Congratulations, my dear. Congratulations. I know you're like, man, I didn't expect it to be like this. I see you over there fighting back your tears. I'm going to give you a
Yes, I've been
second to go.
fighting.
Listen, I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and wipe them away. But Paulette and
Seriously.
Verona, I thank you so much for joining us. And stick around. We may bring you ladies back before we close
Sure.
out tonight. All right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
with that being said, I want you guys to go ahead and think back, because there were some details that were shared in these last few minutes here in the ladies talking. And if you know the right answer, you could very well be in line to get a giveaway prize on the other side of this break. This is the official book launch of From Pain to Gain, the life of a little Jamaican girl from St. Andrew, all by our special guest, Miss Avis Willis. We'll be right back on the other side of this break.
You're a free. Always provide. Is a provider, yeah. Always provide. In all the morning. Always provide. Always provide. A little girl born in St. Andrew, Jamaican land. She come from.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, this is the official book launch of From Pain to Gain, the life of a little Jamaican girl from St. Andrew, written by none other than Miss Avis Willis. Listen, have y'all been enjoying this so far? Man, the love, the love, the love. How you doing? Did you get a chance to wipe your eyes, Avis?
I sure did. I did. Yeah.
Listen, phenomenal. I love your sisters. I tell you, they feel like family for real. I feel like they my family, you know. But they gave us some great details before they went out and we went out to break. And I want to know who was paying attention. So my question is, what sport did they say that Stacy was running, or in rather, when she had to be brought to the finish line? What sport did Stacy participate in that Verona had to help her out? Go ahead and put that down in the comments. The first person to put that in the comment, guess what? You are going to get a free book tonight. Yes. Lisa Brown. I saw that coming. Lisa Brown, congratulations. You were the first to answer. And my dear, I will be getting with you shortly to make sure we have your correct address, and you will be getting a book, a free book on the house, signed with a special message from Avis Willis. Now, if you haven't gotten your book yet, I don't want you to delay, because as you can see, it took Lisa less than 0.2 seconds, I think, to put the answer in chat. So what I'm going to say to you is, make sure that you go on over to aviswillis.com to reserve your signed copy or purchase your signed copy of From Pain to Gain. If you cannot wait and you like shipping just take too long, that's okay too. You can go on over to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Apple iBooks if you have an iPhone, and you may purchase the ebook. Okay. All right. So those are a couple of ways you can participate. But if you want to hang out and, in the hopes that you're going to get a copy of the free book, I suggest you work on your typing skills, because we got some fast people over there in the comments. All right. So Avis, we have talked a bit here, and you and I decided that we would give a sneak peek into the book. And so I'm going to read one of the touching moments from the book, and we'll discuss it. Okay. All right. Raindrops squeezed through the tiny holes in the ceiling and made them seem bigger than usual. As I looked over at my brothers in their beds, unaware of the extra leaks over my head, I pulled myself up and tried to call them in a quiet tone, but no response. I wanted to call them a little louder, but didn't want to wake the entire household. I called them again as I sat up in the bed, hoping at least one of them would wake up, and again they continued their slumber. Just then, I heard the squeaky sound of my parents' room door opening and the dragging sound of my mother's slippers across the floor. The sound enveloped my heart as a sign of help as she approached my room. She flicked the light on and noticed a section of the floor was already wet. She called, "Stacy, Stacy, get up and come." Guess she figured the boys would wake themselves from the panic in her voice as it echoed in the small room. But that was not the case. She dragged the sheet off them and called them out of their sleep. But wait a minute. I know don't hear what is happening outside. My God, what's the matter? She said. There is something about that midnight cry. This time around, no containers were going to help with the leaks. It was not those ordinary rainy nights. It was a vicious hurricane. There were leaks in all corners of the room, and our things started to dampen. My brothers rushed out of the bed while I went in the corner of my tiny living room and sucked my fingers. As I looked up at the ceiling, the force of the wind lifted it up inch by inch. The zinc roof started to bang against the wind as the rain angrily beat against the house. At one point, I felt as if the solid brick house shook out of place. I had never experienced a hurricane before, and I would not like to experience nothing like it again. The uncertainty of what would result from the hurricane was somewhere in my subconscious as I tried to stay focused. Within minutes, there was no place for shelter. The ceiling was being ripped off faster than I could blink my eyes. With my eyes with my heavy eyelids, I watched my brothers and dad hurry through the house, constructing different plans to keep us safe. But there was no way for them to manage the dashing winds and rain. Every brick and sandbag that Dad had put on the roof in preparation for the hurricane had now shifted or blown off from the force of the wind. He concluded the best thing to do was find a corner of the house and stay there with hope of survival. Listen, when I read that and all that came after it, I felt like your mother's statement was on point. My God, is what she said. What a memory to survive a vicious hurricane where literally later on, I will say this part because I mentioned it. The roof of your house literally was torn off.
Absolutely.
And you had no choice but to just sit there and wait. What was that like for you?
Well, this was 1988. We had a storm called Gilbert, and my family is aware of that storm. As a little girl, I've always wanted to know what a storm was like. So there was an announcement that Gilbert was coming to Jamaica, and it hit Jamaica hard. So during this particular time, when this hurricane came, my father looked at me and said, "Well, here you go. You always wanted to see a hurricane, and here's a hurricane." But the hurricane was so vicious, it was so devastating that I remember the whole roof was off the house. I remember my father was protected. He said, "Go onto the bed." And I can remember as a little girl, just being on the bed, and I'm sure I was young, but I was having a conversation with God, like, "Lord, protect us." Because we were getting news that people that were under the bed were dying, but God protected us. So for me, that hurricane was a symbol that God's an amazing God, because what we went through in the hurricane, we shouldn't have made it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
you made me literally go and Google Hurricane Gilbert in Jamaica, because just hearing or just reading what took place just from your point of view, I was like, let me go look. And I was like, Man, it was like no structure seemed to be
Absolutely.
left.
That's right.
I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. It was such a horrific hurricane where, man, I remember there's a little boy that went under the bed and he was about 5 years old. He ended up dying. And it's just, just a miracle that we made it through. But
Yeah.
little did I know that God was equipping me for the other storms that I had to experience.
I was, man, great minds think alike, because I was definitely going to say that it was like preparation for where life was literally going to be taking you.
But
But God, exactly, but God. And so what most of our audience doesn't know, and it's really no secret, but what you don't know is in the midst of all this, it's been a year now. Avis lost her husband. Her husband passed away during the pandemic. It was not because of COVID, but he did pass away during the pandemic. And somewhere shortly after, Avis told me that she needed to write a book. And so, in the process of her grieving, not only was she grieving her husband, but she also found healing in writing this book. And here we are a year later as we remember him, because it was literally not too long ago that we celebrated his life, from the 1 year passing, still celebrating him and remembering him. Um, Now we're releasing the book. And I know that he had so much, he believed in you so much.
that's good.
He believed in you and he supported you, and man. And so if he were here right now, what do you think he would say if he were here right now?
If he was here, he would be one proud man. And let me say this to everybody. All that I'm doing, my husband, Douglas White, Uchina, which means the will of God, he was my trailblazer. My book that is out. I literally have a notebook where years ago he said you need to write a book, and I have his unwriting where he started my book. So all that I'm doing is not something new. He was my trailblazer. He said you are smart. He said do it. So I honor him today. I know his spirit is rejoicing. He's happy. And I'm happy too, because I'm carrying on the legacy that he's left behind. And I'm telling you, my husband, the late Uchina Douglas White, is my trailblazer. He was the one that pushed me to. He said, cook that chicken, cook that food. He said, write that book. He said, you are smart. So I know today his spirit is alive and he's celebrating with me, because I'm not sitting down in a place of not wanting to go on. To God be the glory. I told my children, I'm like a bulldog. I'm aggressive. I'm not gonna let nothing keep me back. And I want to encourage someone tonight out there. I know you may be experiencing debt, whatever it might be, but don't stop there. Life still goes on. Persevere through it and watch God.
Yeah. Come on, say that. Yes.
Persevere through it and watch God. Persevere through it and watch God.
And watch God.
Don't sit there and have a pity party. You have to live. Life goes on. You have to move on. I have 4 children. I still have to do what I have to do. Okay?
Yep. And listen, so again, we point back to the song that we talked about that plays in the commercial for the book, that plays in the book trailer. Elder Doug wrote that. He got you to record that. And if you go and get it, you'll hear his voice on that track as well.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's not new. It's just being revived. It's being revived and brought back to the forefront. But that's what I say. He's been your cheerleader, and he's always pushing you to do great things. And my goodness, look at you now. Look at you now. And I think that's one of the magnificent ways to honor his memory, is that you did keep going on and you did keep pressing towards the things that you guys had talked about accomplishing. And I think that is so, so, so wonderful. So, with that being said, you know, the show must go on, but we need to take a break too. So we're going to take a quick break. While we're taking a break, you better, again, remember, think back now, because we got another chance for you to win another book. All right. But you got to make them fingers tight fast. So think back to what we've been talking about, because you never know what I'm going to ask you. And if you can't type fast, go on over to aviswillis.com. Grab yourself a copy. It'll be a signed copy of From Pain to Gain, The Life of a Little Jamaican Girl from St. Andrew. It is on special, but it won't last long, guys. Okay. Today's the last day of the special because it's been on special for a while. So go grab your copy today. All right. And we'll see you on the other side of this quick break.
A little girl born in St. Andrew, Jamaican land. She come from
Congratulations on your book launch, mommy.
Listen, that was you, Dominion. He said, "Who's that?" Hey, Dominion. Listen, it is that time of the launch that we bring in some of her biggest cheerleaders, and that is none other than her babies. Hello, Majesty, Dominion, and Chosen, and I think Naomi will be coming right back very shortly. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Awesome sauce. So, are you excited for your mom?
Yes.
Oh, look at that's right, Dominion. Hype it up. The Dominion telling y'all that's out there watching. He like, come on, bring it on. Bring it in the comments. Show her some love. Yes. I love that baby. And I think Naomi just came back. Yes, there she is. Now we have all of the babies
I was
in
like,
the house.
what's going on? Okay.
So before we get into the fun with you guys, I thought I might go on and test the audience's memories. Do you have y'all fingers ready? Are y'all paying attention? Here we are. We at another book giveaway. All right. And shout out to Lisa, because Lisa said, I already bought my book, but I'm going to take this book, my free gift, and I'm going to go on and give that to somebody else. I'm going to give it to my mom. I'm going to gift it. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So here is your next question to get your copy of From Pain to Gain, The Life of a Little Jamaican Girl from St. Andrew. Yep, I'm going to keep saying it because I need y'all to remember the title when you go get your book. Okay. So, what is the name of the hurricane that Avis lived through? What is the name of the hurricane that Avis lived through? Now, first person to comment that in the comments will get the book. Y'all moving a little slower this time. What's up? Y'all can't remember? You didn't hear the name? She said it twice. Uh-oh. There she goes. Stacey Avery just won a copy of From Pain to Gain. Congratulations, Stacey. Yes, it was Hurricane Gilbert. Listen, so the babies, Naomi, how you doing, girl?
I'm well.
Awesome. What is this moment like for you to see your mom accomplish her goal of becoming a published author?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was shocked when she had came out with her book because we was going through so much. Like, so for her to do all this at once with her business, taking care of us, and her book and cooking and all that, like I'm so proud of her. Like words can't even express like how proud I am of my mother. Like, she's a very strong woman. She's very determined. She always pushed her kids to do better than how she was doing before. She always, like my aunt was saying, she always driven us to do better. And I'm so grateful to have you, Mom. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, you don't understand how happy for you. When she had told me about her book, I was just like, and I saw it on Facebook and it came out, I said, oh my God, like, she actually got a book out. I remember she started it, but she finished it so fast. And I'm just like, wow, that's nothing but God. And I just wanted to say that you deserve everything in life, Mom. Like, you deserve everything in life. Like, for all the stuff that you went through, you deserve it, you know? And God's going to continue to bless you abundantly for that. So, you know, keep on persevering, keep on doing great, because we're going to end up coming out great just because of you. So I just want to say that I'm proud. I'm a proud daughter, and Daddy is up there rejoicing, like you said, and he's very happy for you. I know he's happy for you. He's still here because I can feel him. He's still here.
Yeah.
Even though he's gone, he's still here. So, Dad would be so proud of you if he was still here. So, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you so much, beautiful.
Yep.
listen. That's amazing. Like, there was so much goodness in what Naomi said. Just being able to watch your mother, like she said, persevere. Like, what an example that is for your children. And then for you to say, I know we're gonna be all right, because she showed us how to be all right. Yeah, yes, baby, yes.
Yeah. So it could be our whole world be falling apart, and she be the only one still standing. Like, I could be, my whole world can fall apart, Maggie whole world can fall apart, Chosen whole world can fall apart, and she be the only one praying and staying strong. Like, she would not, in situations, she would not show no emotion. Like, she never show how she really felt. Like, she always stayed strong, like in the most worst situations. But like I was saying, our whole world could be falling down, and she be the main one, still praying, still going to war. Like, she be, yeah, that just it just inspired me so much to be stronger. So, you know, yeah, yep. We want to get that out the way.
Hey, you can do that. This is your moment to honor your mom. And audience understand this is a proud moment, a proud moment. And that's what we're here for. We are here to celebrate the accomplishments of Miss Avis Willis and all that she has done. Like I said, listen, make sure you guys are supporting her. Go on over, get your book, and make sure you go show her some love on Apple iTunes. Look, Majesty back there in the cut, but Majesty works hard to make sure that that song gets the justice it needs. Listen, he worked hard to get it on iTunes and all these other places. So go show some love. Go to iTunes. Majesty, where else? Because your mama cut us short on some things. But Majesty, where else can people get their hands on a copy of your mama's song, baby?
The song is on all platforms, so it can be found anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay, that's the answer then. Anywhere. So go look it up. Jah Always Provides by Avis Willis, with a special appearance from Mr. Douglas White II. Make sure y'all go check that out, okay? Listen, so is there anything else with Chosen, Majesty? Either of you want to say something special to your mom?
We're proud of you, Mom.
We're really proud of you, and I'm glad that you're achieving your dreams, and I love you so much. Love you too, beautiful.
Awesome sauce. Listen, we are nearing our time. We have a few minutes left. And I know my sister over here, she has a word of encouragement for the people. So before we close out tonight, Miss Avis, what nugget of wisdom would you like to leave our audience with before we go?
Words of wisdom is never give up and be trained. Don't compare yourself to others. There's only one of you. Live life each day as if it's the last day. Persevere. Trust God. At the end of the day, People come, people go, but at the end of the day, God will always be there. If you don't have a relationship, get a relationship with God. Stop trying to have a relationship with everybody else except for the one that created you. I couldn't have made it by myself. If it was me by myself, I wouldn't have made it. I would always give God all the glory. So everyone that came out tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting me. And the blessings of the Lord, the peace of God be upon each and every one of you. You have made this night so exciting, and I'm excited. Thank you all so much.
Awesome sauce. All right, audience, viewers out there, it's your turn. If you have truly enjoyed sitting down with us tonight as we celebrate Miss Avis Stacy Willis, can you do me a favor and put some hand claps in the comments so that she can feel the love tonight? If you've enjoyed being a part of this event, please put some hand claps, show her some love in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and bring back Verona and Paulette as well. Yes, as we round out in these last few minutes. Listen, did you guys have fun tonight?
Yes, we did. I did have fun. Yes. Yes.
I want to say something real quick.
Absolutely.
I want to quote something that my sister normally would say. It is well.
All is well.
Or all is well.
Mm-hmm. All is well.
As Naomi said earlier, that no matter what she was going through, her favorite line, all is well.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, on top of that, that's what you call fate. It's fate. Because even though all is not well, all is well with faith. I just want to just quote my sister on that. All is well.
All is well. Listen, that's another good nugget to leave because somebody needed to hear that. No matter what you're going through, all is well. All is well. Listen, persevere and know that all is well. We thank each and every one of you guys for joining us tonight. I have had a blast, and I'm telling you, we've talked about that there's way more to her story than what you know of. But guess what? The only way you're going to find out what it is if you go get the book. And where you going to go get the book from? Oh, let me remind you. You're going to go on over to aviswillis.com. Grab yourself a copy of the book From Pain to Gain, The Life of a Little Jamaican Girl from St. Andrew. And/or if you don't want to wait, it's not even an and/or. Yeah, it is an and/or. And if you can't wait for your book to come, you can still go get the Kindle. Maybe you'll get both. I've done it. Sometimes I buy the book and the Kindle. It just depends on how I feel. So you can go do both if you want to. It's your business. Go on over to Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, and/or Apple iBooks and grab you a copy of From Pain to Gain. All right. Several ways for you to get it. Show her some love. Thank you, each and every one that has tuned in. Thank you so much to Verona and Paulette for joining us. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, my lovely babies back there in the background. Yeah. Dominion, you could come host the show with me any day. You are the best hype man ever. What did he say? Come on, get up. It's time to celebrate. That's what he said. Get up. It's time to celebrate.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Yes, that's what the babies say. Come on and let's celebrate. Thank you guys for joining us to celebrate tonight. I really hope you've enjoyed being a part of this wonderful moment. And the best is still yet to come. Keep your eyes on this sister. There's so much more that's coming, you guys, and you don't want to miss it. But anyway, we're still partying, and they want to go party in their house and have some good time. And I know some of y'all that know her want to pick up the phone. You want to pick up the phone and call her, right? Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to close out this show. And they're gonna go party. They're gonna look. I might have to come on around there, Avis, so I can join y'all and turn the party up. We have a good time celebrating.
Laugh.
But we thank each and every one of you guys for joining us. We're truly grateful for you. And we hope that you guys enjoy the book. And you know, the best thing you can do, I'm going to go and put this nugget out there too. If you're buying the book, make sure you're writing reviews. You can do that on her website, and or you can write it on, if you're getting the Kindles and Amazon and stuff, go write reviews for her. Show her the love. If you enjoyed the book, leave her some reviews so other people can know and find out about this great woman of God and all of the great things that are going on in her life. All right. Well, we thank you. It's
Thank
been
you.
real.
I love you
But
all.
we out.
I
The
love
party's
you all.
over.
Krista. Some rum punch for you. Cheers.
Yeah, drink it up for me.
Listen, we ending the broadcast, but the party's just about to begin. So we're gonna holler at y'all later. Thank you for
All right,
watching.
love
We
you
truly
all.
appreciate
Okay,
you.
love you.
Have a
Love
good night,
you.
everybody.
Congrats.
Good night.
Congratulations.
Is a provider.